Greetings. Welcome to TFT Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with Oberon and Banshee. And this is me, Oberon, with Goth Tarot. It's my weekly look into the darker side of life, the more shaded, shadowy things that maybe we dwell or brood upon. So I try to illuminate this more or less collective reading by bringing out some various points, and I use a multi-layered reading. So we're going to get started with that, and there'll be a total of 7 cards in the reading. The backbone of the reading, I use the Midnight Boulevard, which is a newer tarot. That's the back of it. It's by Deviant.com. So as I mentioned, it's a collective reading. The first 3 cards are drawn from the Midnight Boulevard and represent 3 facets that are foundational, perhaps. One is the dark design, which is basically the general background. Then there's the dark drama, which would be the external forces of others. We're thinking people, gossip situations, or whatever that is. And then finally, the dark destiny, which is the most probable outcome that the cards see, but by no means a definite. That may pop out later. All right. So once again, Midnight Boulevard and the dark design, card 1. And it's the upright page of swords. So the dark design says an initiative may be coming or around you right now, an initiative to maybe forge new alliances. There's a newness here. Forge partnerships based on the understanding that people have to learn how to compromise or how to make certain kinds of bargains or deals or be open to suggestions of some sort. And so there's a lot of ideas about balance and intellectual dialogue, or even just stimulating mental dialogue that may need to happen. So then the next card is the dark drama, and this may represent contrary forces, but certainly influences of other people or situations that are around, most likely in the question. And it's the reversed 7 of Pentacles. So the influences that are around may be trying to say, move this forward. You know, they may be saying, like, we've been waiting for you to do this. We've been waiting for this procedure or protocol to be put in place, or this alliance to be created. And so maybe the influences around you, I won't say that they're in a rush, but they are maybe expecting something to move it forward. So what is that dark destiny, that sense of moving forward that maybe is coming here with that? And it's the upright 2 of Cups. So one wonders, is this about a relationship? Or a partnership, or a strong friendship of some sort? Because, you know, we could look at it that way with the 2 of Cups. And of course, relationships that are appropriate or necessary are built on harmony and trust. So looking at these three cards, it is most likely saying that there's a need to form this kind of alliance or relationship, and you may be thinking that, others want you to move it ahead, but maybe you're thinking it needs to gestate at its own proper level. I'm not sure I see that exactly, but I am pointing those kind of factors out. So what then is haunting you about this? What is haunting you in general, perhaps? And I'm going to use the Sante Morte tarot. And the idea is here, metaphorically, are there certain ghosts that can't seem to be banished? Are there certain, situations that you can't rid yourself of, or you seem to be stuck in? The idea of a haunting, perhaps. What still haunts you? And of course, Sante Morte is considered the saint of death, Saint Death, a personification of death. Sometimes people think it may align with some other, non-Mexican or Latino view of death, but I'm told it's not true, that other forms of death are themselves. Sante Morte is unique unto herself. I'm not going to argue that, but we thought this would be a nice deck for that imagery to use. So what haunts you? It's the reverse Two of Wands. And so what could be haunting you is you feel you're not going to be able to complete this. You feel like maybe you have to move into a different direction, or that whatever progress, and it's another two, whatever progress you thought you were making towards that, you may feel you end up abandoning it. You don't see the potential to move in that direction. It's possible that maybe there's another direction you think you should move into. All right. So what is the dark truth then? What is that which you must accept? And this pertains maybe possibly to the future. I'm going to use my Nefertari, a golden embossed deck. And of course, I am looking at the idea maybe that this Egyptian thematics and imagery influences the idea of what is that truth that you must accept, sort of a cosmic sense of truth, if you want to. It's the Eight of Wands, and the Eight of Wands is upright. You may have to accept that this situation does indeed need to move quickly with energy towards its target. And of course, the drama from others was saying something needs to be finished, something needs to be moved forward. And maybe some of this was about, the possibility that you didn't think it was going to happen, or you didn't feel you found your place to make it happen. You question, if it really does have a future moving forward. But the dark truth says it must move forward and quickly as possible. And hopefully it will. I mean, like I said before, tarot is a snapshot in time, and you may have to accept the way things really do go. You have free will to make up your own mind. So let's move on now to the next card in this reading, and it's the Dark Twist. It is an unexpected sense of a destiny. So in a sense, it's sort of like another dark truth maybe, but it's a dark twist. It's something maybe that you really don't expect. The dark truth is something you end up accepting, whereas the dark twist may be something that just really you find hard to accept. Even if it is favorable, it's just sort of unique in its own way. I'm going to use the Incubus tarot. It's a newer tarot for me. It came out over the summer. And it does represent sort of the idea of, you know, really powerful energies or forces. So let's see what that gives us for the dark twist. Interesting. Very interesting. So it's the reversed Four Swords, which in so many ways is so similar to this one here, the idea of moving quickly towards something, moving with skill and energy towards a target. And this is saying awakening and healing. You know, the twist may be that if there's been a problem trying to figure out how you can get it together to do this thing, to forge this alliance or friendship or partnership that is bound to be helpful, you've been not feeling the energy, but maybe it can reawaken. Maybe even though you feel like it's moved you in another direction, maybe something can still reawaken and get you back on the path of that. That's what I think this wants to be. So the final card then, the seventh card for this reading, is coming from the Crow's Magic Tarot. My old Coven's Tarot, still in good enough shape to use for this reading. Merry Christmas, everybody. Let us find out what the dark gift is. What is the energy, intuition, skills? It maybe is your own twist that's working on your side rather than an external idea happening. So it could counter the dark twist. Do you want it to? Don't you want to get back to work? This will help you figure out how, or give you the magic or energy to believe in what those changes it suggests should be. So what is the magic gift? And I hope I'm right. Go slow. Expect some delays. It's the Ace of Wands reversed. So the magic gift is maybe saying, the dark gift is maybe saying that you should get a sense of expecting really a marginal movement towards this, that this may be saying, even though some energy was saying move faster, maybe you were right all along, maybe you don't want to engage as quickly as possible. The Ace of Wands reverse could be saying you are taking your time to maybe assess everything, that this is about networking and different forms of charisma that you're wondering work into teamwork. Maybe understanding that, you know, you have a particular role here to not be overly confident, not be overly brave in trying to push for a particular narrative or a particular outcome that's represented with those cards. So it's pretty cool. I think it makes a lot of sense. And I have opted to not do any shadow work affirmations this time. It is Christmas, so I sincerely wish everybody, however they celebrate the holiday, excuse me, whether you celebrate in a high, you know, religious fashion or not. I suspect you don't if you're here. But happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, and I'll see you next week on the last day of this year. Take care, and bye-bye.